Hello viewers, it's round 5 at Herefordshire Raceway. The Cadets have finished their round and this is how their table looks. Freddie Turner took a great win, with Billy moving up to 3rd in the championship. But I'm here for juniors, with Leo, Jack and Quintin at the top of the table. So on to qualifying. Jack took pole in a close session. I'm still getting used to the weights, so I was 3/10 off, which put me 4th in the B. If you've got a second, please make sure to like and subscribe, it would really help us out. So it's P4 in the pre-B, Lloyd's on pole with Callum and Austin ahead. I'm starting on the outside, so I need to get to the inside as soon as possible so I don't lose any positions. Will gets a very good start and is right on my inside, so he goes through, followed by Omar and Ruben. So I'm down to P7 right away. There was a little battle between those two, but Ruben got ahead, so tucking behind Omar. I go out wide to try and get a good exit, and Omar goes a bit wide, so I get on his inside for the first hairpin. Nice clean move down the inside. Now my eyes are on Ruben. Ruben goes a little bit wide off the first hairpin, so now I've closed up. Now I'm looking for a place to make my move. All of a sudden a snake jumps out of his cart, and I go to the left and he blocks me, and then Omar goes up my inside. Little did we know that was his chain coming off, and now one of his engines is gone. Now I've got to get past Omar and catch up to the pack ahead. Here's another look at the chain falling off in the bottom left. I have a good exit off the 3rd hairpin, and Omar leaves the door open. I go down the inside, a bit of contact, but there was no penalties given there. So now it's on to the pack ahead. We skip on to lap 7. I've caught up to Will, Austin and Callum. Lloyd's way ahead in the lead. It looks like he's going to win and move up to the A final. Will's defending well against me and not letting me past. I'd see if there's a gap into the first hairpin, but he closes the door. For some reason, I was taking a tighter line than everyone under here and gaining a lot of time. So as I close up to Will there, he takes the racing line, I go down the inside and do the move. I learnt after that Omar followed me through and that caused Will to go into the barrier, so I'm sorry for my part in that collision. Lap 11 now, and I've caught up to Austin and Callum. I know these are good drivers, so it's going to be tricky to get past. My best chance is to set him up coming off the bridge and get him in on the inside coming into turn 1. So I get a good exit off the bridge. He sees me. He defends a little bit but not enough, and I slip down the inside. That's P3. Now on to Callum for P2. Defending a little bit, going over the bridge. I get a pretty good exit, but not close enough to do a move. Luckily for me, Callum thinks I'm close enough to overtake, so he defends. He gets a bad exit, and I get on the inside for the first hairpin. I go down the inside, and he pulls off a great switchback, getting right back at me and fully ahead. Yet again taking the tighter line onto the bridge. Thinking of a move, but it's not quite on. Just get a good exit off the bridge. See if I can get into the first corner. Only a couple laps to go. Lloyd has definitely got this. I get a good exit yet again off the first corner, and down the inside I go into the first hairpin again. This time I stay alongside Callum, and I switch him back off the second hairpin, and the move's pretty much done. I've got the inside. But if you just listen out, my chain's fallen off. It's happened to me now, and that means I've dropped down to a DNF. Really not how I wanted to end the race. But I was greeted to a message by the boss. Luckily, I was reinstated back to P2, which meant I could get P1 for the final. I got P2 and Lloyd got promoted, which means I start the B final in pole position. Omar's in P2, so I've got to get a good start. I get a nice start, coming under the bridge. Omar's not on me. I've got to get a nice run through the third hairpin, and that pretty much sums up my race. Coming through the final corner in the last lap, I finished P1. Callum got Omar on the last lap on the last corner to take P2, followed by Austin, Bob and Will. So on to the A final. Leo starting on pole, followed by Adrian, Jack, Oscar and Quinton. If Leo wins this race, he's champion. I can barely see the lights. I'm not used to starting this far back, so I have a terrible start. I'm cleanly through the first corner, so now I've got to get some overtaking. But at the moment there's a wall of carts blocking me, so I can't get past anyone. I'm sat behind Miles at the moment, see if I can get him into the first corner. He defends. As Evan goes a bit wide, and I think I can get him into the first hairpin, but not quite a good enough exit. So he goes down the inside of Miles, and I think if I can get both of them. I tried to hang it around the outside, but that's not going to work. That's one move done. On to lap 6, I'm on the back of Gabby now. See if I can get any moves done, catching up into the first corner. So they make a bit of contact and Evan goes wide. I'm seeing if I can get any moves to switch back here on Evan, and there's Miles up my inside. Down the inside I go on Gabby, trying to hook onto his cart to stop him from getting away. Down the inside I go onto the bridge, and that's P9. Go on to lap 8, still behind Evan, and there's Oscar ahead, my championship rival in Cadets, and now we found each other again in the dunes. He's having a bit of a better day than me so far. I'm trying to keep up with Evan here, but around this point I realise that I'm losing a bit of time on the straights, so I'm getting too frustrated about that. But as there's a bit of a battle between Oscar and Lloyd going on, I catch back up. Wow, Lloyd made it all the way around the outside under the bridge, and Oscar's been clattered about, and now he's all the way down to P8. I'm now on the back of Oscar, looking to get a move done. If we skip onto the final lap, nothing more happened. I stay in P9, and I come around the final corner. Not an amazing day, but I've got positive to take. I'll be back in round 6. Leo takes the win, and with that, the championship, followed by Adrian, Quinton, Jack, Zach, Lloyd, Evan, Oscar, me, Gabby, and Miles. I don't know why I've decided to load Lloyd on the cooldown lap. Here are the championship standings. Leo's got 4 wins, which means he's the champion. But there's still a battle for second. See you in the final round.